Let me tell you something. Y'all know, y'all podcast people, come on to the damn front. Y'all know who to invite on them podcasts. Y'all ain't gonna invite no people that's gonna speak real facts and real truth to you. I listened to this lady sit and argue with this fool man talking about why do I need to invest or why do I need to spend money on a woman when I can pay somebody to cook and clean. Cool. At your big age, if you still don't know that men are to protect and provide, men are the head and not the tail, if you at your age still don't know what a man's role is, then you just don't want to know. And you ain't gonna never know. And we ain't gonna sit and fuss with it. Because at the end of the day, you can't outsource companionship. And you sure as hell ain't gonna be able to outsource nobody to be with you through the good times and the bad times. And when you sitting in that nursing home by yourself, your money gonna run out at some point. You ain't gonna be popping forever. Nobody is popping forever. And when you sitting in that nursing home on a saline drip with a feeding tube in diapers having to be turned every 2 hours, you're gonna think to yourself, I should have invested in a woman that was gonna stick by my side. And so you know what? It is what it is. Don't argue with them no more. I don't argue with grown men. And any grown man that argues with a woman on this point, he ain't a man. Listen, what makes the world go round and what makes life interesting is that we got to have a few dummies. Look at on TikTok. What stories have gained the most popularity and notoriety? These sad, he did me wrong stories. Those are the stories that are entertaining. It got to be a few dummies to entertain us with their sad, sorry story, right? We have to have a life full of dummies. Everybody can't have standards and everybody can't have requirements for themselves. We have to have some dummies. We got to have some people with no self-esteem. We got to have some people that's going to let a man sit in their house and play video games. We got to have some women that's going to go 50-50. She have no problem with it. We going to have some women that's going to be his peace and let him sit in her house and cheat. We gonna have some women out there who's just gonna allow men to do whatever it is that they want to do just so they could say I have his last name or he claimed me. They gonna do whatever that man, whatever he want them to do, they gonna do. And whatever he want them to tolerate, they gonna tolerate it. Because having a man, like the song say, having a piece of man is better than having no man at all. Cool. Everybody can't be smart. Everybody can't be an independent thinker. We got to have a couple dummies. And that's what they need to go look for. And there's plenty of women that have no problem splitting the bills, sitting on dates longer than they need to. When the man say, oh, did you bring your wallet? Oh, I left my wallet. And you still sit there? You still sit there? At the first sign of disrespect, snide remarks, making fun of, goodbye. And that was the benediction. No, we're not tolerating disrespect. But hold on. If you want to, you go ahead and do it. Be his peace. Work like a slave. Work all day at your job, then come home and make a 3-course meal and then bust it wide open at nighttime while he sit there and say, I can't buy you no flowers because flowers die anyway. Okay, cool. Do it. We have to have a few dummies. I'm very entertained by y'all sad stories. It's going to take a little bit of self-esteem and a little bit of brain power to say, you know what? I love me more than I will ever love any man. And my requirements are my requirements. I always say to anybody that I'm dating, and y'all know I'm in the dating space, and I date them all. Let's just be very clear. I date them all. This is what's in the brochure. If you don't like it, fold that thing back up and put it back. I'm not for you. I'm not for everybody. And I ain't supposed to be for everybody. And everybody ain't supposed to be for me. But my standards are my standards. Especially after that 10-year marriage I got out of, I tolerate next to nothing. And you shouldn't tolerate anything either. Be blessed.